By the time winter turned to spring in Miller's Crossing, Sam Talbot had been home for months, but never truly returned. He moved through the house like someone visiting a museum of his own life, touching things without feeling them, sitting at the table without eating, standing in the yard without knowing why he'd come outside. Some neighbors said he was haunted. Some said he was angry. Most just said they didn't recognize him anymore. Sam drank more than he talked. Most nights he sat alone on the back porch, bottle resting between his boots, the yard light painting him in a thin circle of gold. Anyone watching would have thought he was waiting for someone, and maybe he was. His parents didn't know what to say. His mother tried, gently, carefully, as if words might break him. His father checked on him from the kitchen window, but never stepped outside. Emily visited twice after the argument. Both times she cried the moment she saw him, and Sam couldn't even lift his eyes. Ben tried to mend the silence between them, but guilt kept every sentence short and every breath tight. War had carved something into Sam that no one could reach. He wasn't violent. He wasn't cruel. He wasn't even bitter anymore. He was simply empty. Veterans would later describe this stage as the quiet fall. Not loud, not dramatic, just slipping further into the shadows until the shadows felt like home. Sam started talking to Red sometimes, at first in dreams. Red laughing, Red calling him kid, Red showing him sunsets from the ridge where they'd once sat side by side. But eventually, Sam heard him when he was awake, in the hum of the wind, in the rattle of the old porch gate, in the silence after a drink. "Come on, kid," Red would whisper. "Come fight with me." Sam didn't want to die. He just didn't know how to live with the pieces he had left. On his last night, the bottle was half empty beside him. The stars were washed out by a thin moon. The Talbot house was quiet, a silence too heavy to break. Sam stood up slowly, the way a man stands when he's tired of holding pain. He walked across the yard as if answering a familiar call. Behind him, the porch light flickered once, as if trying to keep him in the world. By dawn, Sam Talbot was gone. His father found him. His mother's cry could be heard halfway down the street. And Ben stood frozen on the porch, as if watching a second war tear his family apart. Emily came running barefoot, ringless, breathless, screaming his name the way she once did in dreams. In Miller's Crossing, the story became a whisper. He survived the war, but the war didn't survive him. And somewhere, in whatever comes next, Red Dawson put an arm around Sam's shoulder and said, "I told you I'd look out for you, kid." History remembers the battles, but towns remember the boys.